everyone, welcome back to my channel. For all of you that have subscribed, thank you so much. It means so much to me, and I'm so happy that I can have this channel for the thalassemia community to come together and talk to each other. It's been really cool to see that, and I appreciate everybody's comments and questions and messages. I try to respond to as many as I can. But I take the time to read them all, so thank you so much, and I really appreciate your support. Today I wanted to make a video that some of you have requested in the comments or messages on social media, and it's about diet and nutrition. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about the things I normally eat in terms of my diet, and then the supplements I'm taking in terms of nutrition as well. So I'm not a doctor, so make sure to ask your doctor what diet and nutrition plan is best for you, and you can talk to your hematologist about it as well, and they may have some recommendations. I actually did end up seeing a nutritionist last year here in Denver. She's amazing. If you live in the area and you need a nutritionist, let me know and I can give you her contact information. But I'll talk a little bit about what she told me today as well. But ask your doctor what's best for you. I certainly do not know what's best for everyone, so I'm open to your suggestions and your comments and what you guys are doing as well for your nutrition and your diet plans that you have found has helped, especially with your thalassemia. I would love to know what you're doing to help with your energy level, because I still struggle with that a lot. And so today I'll go through what I'm doing, and then feel free to comment below about your suggestions. Okay. So in terms of diet, I do not follow a very strict diet plan. However, I do try to eat as healthy as possible. I find that when I do eat those leafy greens, those vegetables, the grilled chicken, I am feeling 10 times better than I would if I ate a greasy cheeseburger or a pizza. And I don't know if some of you feel this way too, but my body craves salad and leafy greens. It's weird, and I don't know if it's a thalassemia thing or just a me thing, but I crave that in my diet, so I try to get as much of that as possible in as I can. A typical day for me, I wake up, I don't eat breakfast right away. I actually wait till around 10 a.m. and I'll usually reach for some oatmeal. I like the maple brown sugar, it's my favorite. Or I'll eat some yogurt and some fruit, or put it all in a smoothie. I love smoothies. Those are so healthy as long as you're not loading them with sugar. For lunch, I tend to keep it really simple. I'll make a turkey sandwich, and instead of the bread, I'll put it in a wrap, either a spinach wrap, or I like the tomato wraps that they sell. So for lunch, I'll also eat soup. If it's freezing outside, I love soup. I think they're really nutritious depending on which type of soup you're eating. Stay away from the very high sodium soups. I also eat salads for lunch if I can. I'll make one at home or I'll order one. I tend to try to find really good salads at certain restaurants, and then others are not so great. I'm a big fan of the salads at Noodles. Those are really delicious if you want to try that. Also, Chipotle has great salads. If you've ever tried the Chipotle salads, those are really nutritious. And then for dinner, I usually will either have a salad if I haven't already, or mix my salad on the side with something like grilled chicken, or I'll do salmon sometimes, or I'll eat a small bowl of pasta. So I try not to deprive myself of foods I love. I just keep in mind my portion control, and that really does help me maintain the weight that I am, and also try to exercise as much as you can. I know it's hard right now in a pandemic, but I've still been trying to do yoga in my living room. It's very difficult with my dog. Halston loves to join me for yoga, and some days are challenging because he's jumping all over me. But try as hard as you can to get at least 30 minutes of a workout in. I walk the dog every single day. That helps. I would love to get back into an actual yoga studio, but it's just not very safe right now with the coronavirus still lingering. So definitely make sure you are getting active, because that helps you feel better as well because of those endorphins. So I recommend seeing a nutritionist if you can. Sometimes you can get your insurance HSA to even cover the cost of seeing a nutritionist. It just depends. I did that and it was very helpful. But I'm going to look at some of the notes I took during those meetings with the nutritionist. So sorry if I'm looking at my paper. The thalassemia community knows most of us transfusion dependent patients, we do have an iron overload and we take chelators to manage that. But when iron is high in your body, it causes an inflammatory state in your body. So an anti-inflammatory diet is actually best for us. And what that means is things that are low in sugar, low in refined carbohydrates, and you want to avoid those highly processed foods. Like I said, I'm not perfect. I love my Cheetos. It's one of my favorite snacks, but try to avoid those as much as possible because they are highly inflammatory, and so when you do have high iron in your body, you want to avoid those types of things. So an anti-inflammatory diet, she told me, that includes colorful, leafy, and crunchy vegetables. So fruit is great, like apples or bananas or a cup of fruit. I often do that as a snack. You also want to eat as much protein as you can in an anti-inflammatory diet because it helps repair tissues. I love chicken. I'll eat an occasional steak. If you're a vegetarian, there's so many options to get protein in your diet as well. So a lot of us thalassemia patients, we also don't have spleens. So spleens actually clean the blood, and so we want to make sure what we're eating is also helping nourish the body because we are more susceptible to getting sick because we don't have spleens. So another thing for thalassemia patients that some of you are familiar with is you've had your gallbladder removed. I had mine removed about 3 years ago now. It was an awful experience actually. I was in extreme pain. I didn't know what was going on. I thought I just had really bad indigestion or something was so painful in my stomach. And I ended up having to have an emergency gallbladder removal. I was rushed to the ER. It was pretty bad. But now I'm doing much better, but a lot of thalassemia patients actually do need to have their gallbladder removed. So the gallbladder is so important for helping with your digestion, and so we want to avoid extremely high fatty dairies when we've had our gallbladder removed, as well as just really high fat foods like a pile of French fries or that really greasy, juicy cheeseburger that's delicious, but if you don't have a gallbladder, that can go right through you. You can get diarrhea and it's just very uncomfortable. So make sure you keep that in mind when you don't have a gallbladder like me, to eat healthier because it'll make your body healthier in the long run. And also another thing that you can do to help, which I didn't even know about till I saw my nutritionist, you can take dietary supplements for liver and gallbladder. This is a liver gallbladder complex, and that just helps for proper, comfortable fat digestion and nutrient absorption. So that's an option too that people without gallbladder should probably look into. So now I will talk about the vitamins I take every day as well as the medications I do take to help with my thalassemia. First one I'll talk about is Jadenu. The label got ripped off of this, but this is Jadenu, and I take this every single day. I take 720 milligrams, which is 2 tablets every single day. And the Jadenu is what's used to help chelate the iron out of my body after all these transfusions I'm getting. I get transfused every 6 weeks. Many of you thalassemia patients get transfused much more often, so you're also taking things like these. I do want to talk a little bit about Exjade, which is the chelator I was taking before I found Jadenu. Jadenu is pretty new. I've been taking it for about 2 years now, and that's the pill form, and you can actually take that with a meal. Before Exjade, these are tablets that you actually suspend in water or juice. They taste terrible. I hate the way the Exjade tasted. Sorry, Exjade people, but it was extremely hard for me to even take my chelation medicine because it was so bad. I hated the taste, preparing the drink, and then you have to fast 30 minutes before you even take this. So it's kind of hard to take it and find a time that was good during the day because I was eating breakfast and lunch, and you'd have to take it first thing in the morning, and nothing sounded worse than taking this first thing in the morning. It's just, so if you have the option to take Jadenu instead, I highly recommend it. It's just a lot better, and it's easier to take, and like I said, you can take it with a light meal. So something else I take every single day is my folic acid tablets. These are actually prescription folic acid. I take 2 of these a day. They're 1 milligram. Those help with cell formation, so red cell formation. That's vital to us having the energy we need. So folic acid's extremely important. I've been taking that since I was a very small child, and I still do to this day. The folate is actually found in a lot of veggies as well, leafy greens, bright colored vegetables. So you can also get some folate inside of those. Okay, so my favorite thing ever for helping with energy is B12. I currently take these B12 gummies from Nature Made. There's probably a better one out there, a better brand that has this, but these are 1,000 mcgs per serving. I take 2. Sometimes my nutritionist said I could take up to 5,000 a day. B12 is vital for people who need extra energy in their lives, which we as thalassemia patients definitely need. So make sure you're taking some sort of B12. So you can actually also take an active B12 complex. These are great. These gave me a lot of energy as well. This one, it did turn your urine really bright yellow, so just be aware of that, but those help a lot. So other things that I take every day, I make sure to take vitamin D every single day. People with thalassemia, we have weak bones. We need help strengthening our bones, so make sure you're taking a vitamin D every single day. Another really important vitamin that I take every single day is magnesium. So magnesium is great for cell formation, you know, your blood cell health, but also for your heart and your bones. Another thing that's very important for thalassemia patients is zinc. So I take zinc because it helps boost your immune system. As thalassemia patients with no spleens, that's extremely important to be taking zinc. I also found some notes from thalassemia.org from Dr. Ellen Fung, and the information's all on their Cooley's Anemia website if you want to look it up more. But she says thalassemia patients also need to be taking antioxidants in their food as well. I was thinking, if I'm getting all these blood transfusions and all this iron and I'm taking my chelators every day, am I allowed to eat foods that have iron in it? And on the Cooley's Anemia website, it did say that if you're being transfused and you're on your chelators, you can eat iron foods. So you can eat your spinach, you can eat things that you love that have iron in it. Just make sure that you are still taking your iron chelators, because that's extremely important. If you're not getting transfused and not on chelators, do not eat iron-rich foods, because that is building more iron up in your body. Another thing that I take every single day is a Bayer low-dose aspirin. And this I actually started taking because I was doing Reblozyl injections. And this just helps with your blood, and so that it doesn't clot. And so things like Reblozyl can increase your chance for getting blood clots. So I do take a Bayer aspirin every single day. I couldn't leave without my buddy Halston. He's made it into every video I've made. But thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. These are just the things that help me on a daily basis with my diet and nutrition. I try to just be as healthy as possible, and I encourage you guys to do the same. But leave a comment below on what you do to help on a daily basis with your energy levels. I'd love to know what you guys are up to. So if you haven't subscribed, do so, and thank you for watching.